I just wanted to record a quick video on fraud, workers' compensation fraud. It's a problem that's been going on for years. It's not an issue only with injured workers. It's a problem throughout the entire system. People are often enticed to commit fraud, but usually, I will say, the system catches up to them, and there are news releases almost weekly on fraud convictions or fraud arrests, whether it be injured workers or doctors, sometimes even employers get arrested for workers' compensation fraud. So what is it? It's knowingly making a false or fraudulent statement for the purposes of obtaining workers' compensation benefits or conceivably of denying benefits to someone. So really anyone in the system can commit fraud. Employers, claims adjusters, doctors, attorneys can all commit fraud. The point of this video is to focus on injured workers because I suspect that's likely who will watch this video will be injured workers who don't have attorneys. So, what is it about fraud that you need to know? Basically, just tell the truth. When you go to the doctors, tell the truth. If you have your deposition taken and you don't have an attorney, it generally will be best to have an attorney if you're going to have your deposition taken. I'll just throw that in there. But if you have your deposition taken, tell the truth. When you're in court, if you're giving testimony because your case goes to trial, tell the truth. A lot of it just boils down to the fact that eventually most of the facts are going to come out in your workers' compensation case. I had a situation probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago. My client, the injured worker, had a knee injury, and while preparing for the deposition, I asked about any other injuries, ankle injuries and such, and she said, yeah, I had an ankle injury a long time ago, but I don't have to tell them about that because this is a knee injury, and they don't need to know about my ankle injury from a long time ago. To which I explained, if your ankle injury completely resolved, if you had no problems, if you haven't treated for it in years, you're completely correct that it surely doesn't matter in this case with regards to your knee. But the doctors have to be able to address that, because if you say, I didn't injure my ankle in the deposition, now we have a false statement, and that one is under oath. It's even a step worse than just fraud. It's under oath, and you've said that you never injured your ankle. Chances are they're going to get records. There will be a reference to a prior ankle injury. Now your credibility has been damaged, and that does not help your case. So I explained, if it comes up, tell the truth. When it goes to the doctors can address it, and the doctors will note that injury to your ankle happened a long time ago. It just doesn't matter anymore. Then the record is accurate, and you don't have to worry about your credibility. When we got into the deposition, start going through the questions. The other defense attorney asked, any prior knee injuries? No. Any prior ankle injuries? No. Said, let's take a break off the record. We went outside, and my client said, but I don't have to tell them about that ankle injury because it doesn't matter. And I explained, the only thing that matters here is that you tell the truth. Let the doctors worry about whether or not something impacts the current claim. And if you have an attorney, let the attorneys worry about arguing with the doctors or with the opposing counsel as to whether or not it matters. The only thing you have to do is tell the truth in the deposition. So we did go back in, went back on the record, and she said, I remembered I did have an ankle injury, so that was good. But the bottom line, just tell the truth. If you're going to the doctor, if the doctor asks if you have been back to work and you started a new job, tell the doctor. If the doctor asks if you can carry something, and yesterday you went to the store and you picked up a 50-pound bag of dog food, carried it about 10 feet and put it down because it was too heavy and it hurt, tell the doctor. Always want to be straightforward. The downside, if you're not, potential jail time, potential prison time, potential fines up to $150,000 or double the amount of the fraud. So it could be even more than that. And also restitution. So anything that you obtain through the fraud, you will have to pay back to the insurance company. So the bottom line, tell the truth. No false or fraudulent statements for the purposes of obtaining workers' compensation benefits.